Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as the Aztecs in our tutorial series. So, where we left off, we were in the process of getting all the tech boosts that we want to get in the industrial era. And there's three in particular that we're probably not going to be able to get in a reasonable amount of time. And that is square rigging, sanitation, and military science. And that's okay because we can get the other ones. We are going to be purchasing another shipyard once we have enough money. We're also going to be choosing production over here. We could build a shipyard in 9 turns, but we're not going to do that because we're probably going to purchase that here. I'm not going to go for the Kilwa Kisaniwa because I don't think it's a necessary wonder. I don't really have city-states that are really helping me much with my victory condition. I have one scientific city-state that I might be able to leverage, but instead we're just going to build a monument here. And we're holding on to this guy until we have our second shipyard. And once we have the second shipyard, then we'll get the boost for steam power, and we can guarantee the 3 boosts to the techs that we would otherwise have struggle getting. And I think we're just going to chop here to finish the... Oh, I should have chopped here first, but however, it's all the one. And we'll go ahead and get the market because we do want more trade routes. Now, we are going to maybe try something. Well, I don't actually need to do that. Yeah, okay, I don't need to do that. What I could have done, somebody mentioned in the comments, I could have promoted one of my warriors to musketman and then gone and killed this barbarian camp over here. That would have actually been a really smart idea, but I didn't think of it, and so we're not going to do it because I don't need to do it. I've made it a redundant thing. It's not necessary. I have 6 build charges here. Let's see if we can head over here and finish the campus. In fact, we'll switch away. No, we don't need to switch away from the campus. We're fine the way we are. We do have a trade route here. We're going to trade with Tenochtitlan to get more food. We found the Eye of the Sahara. That's another Golden Age point or era score. That'll be useful. Let's have a look at Eridu. And somebody also mentioned that it would have been worth it to chop the marsh here. And it would have, but I wanted to get the campus placed just as fast as possible in here. So, in actual fact, I might move Magnus over here because there are a few chops that I can use. So let's grab Magnus. We'll put him back in the capital later. And we'll put him in Eridu. And for now, we will just kind of plan this city out. I think I'm going to put a farm triangle in here. So we'll get to work on that. You are coming down this way. We're just trying to explore more of the map to get more score and all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. I can't promise that. I'm sorry. Looks like we did successfully complete a mission. Someone was defeated. The Great Library has been built. Oracle, Chichen Pizza. We have a promotion on this guy. So I'm going to evangelize a belief here to kind of show you why I don't evangelize very often. Now, I do want to get an archaeological museum because there are tech boosts related to getting artifacts over here. And indeed, up here, there is a boost for getting an archaeological museum. I'm not going to bother declaring a war. I would also like to build an art museum and grow a city to 15 population. I might be able to get the capital up to 15 population. It's probably going to be tough. We completed the granary here in Eridu, and so I would like to get to work on a lighthouse for the trade route. You are going to escape on foot. He did escape with the gold. Excellent. And that gold is going to be just enough to purchase the shipyard in here. And the shipyard will give us +1 food, +1 gold, and bonus adjacency. Bada boom. Shrines and temples, church property. So let's see. We could get cheaper guys. Religion founded, scripture, burial grounds, culture bomb, and building a holy site. None of these particularly appeal to me. The Gurdwara could be useful to grow more. +1 amenity wouldn't be bad. I think we'll go for the Gurdwara. The extra food will mean we can work more specialist slots and build bigger cities. And in fact, I'd like to faith purchase that Gurdwara, but I'll have to wait a while to get the resources for that. And now that we have all of the boosts that we want in these eras. Oh, I need to build one more fort. And then we'll be... Now, if I were to expend this scientist, I would get a boost for all 3 of the technologies that I can get boosts, which means I've maxed out how much science I can generate with this guy. And I've also efficiently navigated around some limitations I have in terms of the boosts that I can get. So there's military science, sanitation, and square rigging. The 3 technologies that we wanted to get. I'm going to finish printing and then quickly grab industrialization because that'll improve our mines with +1 production. And it'll also give us access to coal and the factory building. Do this, insert production into that. It's going to build her over to the theater square, and then we'll go back to building the Angkor Wat. Now we want to build the Angkor Wat in here so that we catapult this city into population 15, which will give us urbanization. Now, this builder is going to come over to insert into the commercial hub. You are going there. Actually, that doesn't seem like a reasonable thing. We're going to put a mine here. You're going to put a farm here. You're going to put a lumber mill here. That'll give this city another, essentially a mine tile. And I like to lock in tiles that I think are important and then leave ones that I don't think are important unlocked. That's just like a personal sort of playstyle thing. You don't have to do that. It's not completely necessary, but I do think it's a reasonable thing to do. I'm going to send our caravel over here to just do a bit more scouting up on this area. Again, you get more score for revealing the map. I think you can see it here. There is a way to show it. However, I have forgotten how to do that. So, Ricardo will gain sources here to be more effective at spying, and then we'll continue to explore with our little scout. I want to reveal as much of the map as possible so that we have a better overview of what things we can do. Alrighty. So the market has been completed in Azcapotzalco. We're going to grab the bank because more gold means more money. We're going to grab the library building because more libraries means more science. Then we have the monument over here. This city is more or less built up to a pretty reasonable level. We are going to change the prioritization here. We're going to say, I want you to prioritize science. We don't need to prioritize food, but we do need to stop starvation. We are going to lock in production tiles. And do I want money over the science here? Do I trade a little bit of science? Yeah, I think we work the harbor here. So now you can see the city is generating a decent amount of science. We've put it on science focus. Let me just lock these in and lock these in. Do I want to go into loss here? We don't actually need the production that much in here. Now we'll build traders. We will switch over to the commercial hub, insert production into it. You'll go there. You'll go there. And we'll switch back to the Angkor Wat. We'll put a mine over there. And we'll start building the farm triangle over here. That will provide extra food to this city, food and housing. We are going to take this for this city so that it can grow better. And when I place another farm here, there might be an improvement. In fact, I'm going to purchase this tile as well to chop it and put a farm on it. You continue to explore. There's a little bit of exploration I could do down here. Good exploration happening over here on this secondary continent. My friendship with Norway has expired. Let's go ahead and establish a resident embassy. See if we can get a new friendship. And that'll be that. Let's choose our production over here. We got a granary in this city, Texcoco. We definitely need builders over here. I'd like to build the art museum. The industrial zone is important though. Let's get to work on the art museum. We're going to need a build. I could get... okay. A little stretched for builders at the moment. I'm going to send you up here. You're going to go here as well. You're going to get in position to improve this city. You're going to place that there. We're going to switch to the commercial hub, insert production into it, switch back to the Angkor Wat, and do a little bit of exploration here. And really, once you hit this point in the game, there really shouldn't be much thinking you have to do. All of your main decisions should have been made at this point. Samaria is still beating me on science, but that'll slowly change over the course of the game. We're going to be in position here to chop out the trade route. You are... did I not insert production into there? I might have already done that. And then I want to insert into the theater square as well. And we will go ahead and build the Angkor Wat. You're going to chop here to force some growth, add a little bit of production. Well, really, you should be building a builder. It's not a bad spot for a commercial hub. The gold will be valuable. Get me a builder. You need builders to improve your territory. Looks like somebody is building the Potato Palace. And we have this guy over here. We're going to switch to the industrial zone and insert a build charge into it and switch back to the art museum. You're also heading over there. We stand united as friends, and I'm going to see if I can get an alliance with Sumeria again. We'll establish a resident embassy. We'll get an alliance. I want it to be a research alliance so that we get more research from trading with them. They'll also give us some gold on top of that, which is always nice. I could get gold, but I figured just grab gold per turn. It's fine. So there's square rigging. We can now get frigates. You're going to come here, place a farm. We have a couple of really good farm tiles in here. That's going to help grow this city nicely up to its population limit. We are going to chop here to finish that. Then we're going to finish the shipyard as well with another chop. Awesome. We have a builder over here. We are going to insert that production into the commercial hub. Well, how close is it to finishing? It's probably worth it to just work this for a turn, but I'm going to expend the builder charge. And there is 3 error score from building a really good one of those. We'll switch to the theater square. We'll insert production into that as well. And then we'll switch over to the Angkor Wat. We have another spy. This spy was in Uruk's capital. We're going to send it over to Uruk again, or Gilgamesh's capital. Okay, so I don't have open borders with Korea. Let's see if they're willing to make that deal. They make me pay 2 gold per turn. That's acceptable. We'll send a resident embassy. They won't take a friendship, but now we can explore into their territory, which is fine. Unit needs orders over here, continuing to explore. And up here, we'll also explore the Poles. I'm the envy of her people. So now perhaps she will get a friendship. Excellent. And this one will go for an economic alliance, just to get the extra money out of her. Norway still hasn't researched alliances. Okay, triangular trade would be good. We also do want to build 3 privateers for the... There is a thing for building 3 privateers. I can't remember where it is. Yeah, electricity. We want to build 3 privateers, so finding the time to do that is going to be important. This is a city that I can build at least 1 privateer in, so we will do that. We need to build a library in here. Then we will insert production into this. You're going to make your way over there. We'll place the farm here. We're going to build a mine. Let's make sure we are getting this city to grow. These are all good tiles. I'm happy with this layout. 3 turns until our mines are even better. This trade route is going to go to the capital again. I want this city to grow. Okay, do I finish the theater square? I think we do finish the theater square over here. You're going to do a bit of exploration for me. And exploring over here. This isn't necessary. This is just, you know, it'll make the mini-map look nice. So a 2 for 1 plus some gold, that seems reasonable. We'll take that deal. I'll take deals from the AI if they seem reasonable, like this is a 1 for 1 plus extra gold. Like, that's pretty fair. And extra luxuries are always just nice. You can see here, down here, we have a lot of luxuries. Choose production over here. Excellent. So now we can get to work on the Angkor Wat. And we can send these builders off somewhere more useful. We are going to trade with our ally. Looks like this is a good one. 9 gold, 3 science. Actually, I do want to change this policy card. So we'll have to look into doing that. I could pay for it and do it now. The Forbidden City would actually be really good. Could I build that in my capital? I think I've maxed out all the tiles around the capital. Where do I have really good production? And an open tile. 15 production. Not here. 49. 37. I could build it here. I'd have to kill one of my nice mines though. 7. Can't build it here. This is another good option. Yeah, I do want the Forbidden City if I can get it, because it is a an extra policy, wildcard policy slot. It's probably the strongest wonder in this type of wonder. So I think I might plop it down here once this bank is finished. I do want to finish the bank. And I think I'll hard build the shipyard here. You are doing what? We will chop this forest next turn. We're going to insert production into this. You will explore, and then we'll switch back because we want to do the art museum. There's a builder over there that hasn't been captured, weirdly enough. And we are going to chop over here to finish the Angkor Wat a little bit quicker. I think that seems reasonable. We'll place a mine here. We'll chop here. That'll finish the library. We'll get to work on the university. You're coming this way. Now, the city is pretty well developed at this point, and it shouldn't require much more food from me. So we're going to, again, centralize production into the capital. And that'll be important for later, why I have all my trade routes in my capital. It'll make more sense later. The reason why we're building so many trade routes is because trade routes are a huge source of your production in the late game when you're doing scientific projects. Okay, we have access to coal, and our mines are worth more. Let's see if we did in fact find some coal. This button over here is great for helping you find where your coal is, and it looks like coal was underneath this aqueduct, so we don't need to worry about it. It looks like that was our only source of coal. In our empire, plenty of coal around the map. Alright, so we got industrialization. That's going to improve our mines. Now we need to think about what our next move is. I would like to get access to the Big Ben. The extra economic policy slot, as well as doubling your current treasury, is quite nice. Let's see. We do want to get to chemistry, but we're probably going to naturally get the boost for that in what looks to be somewhere in the region of 10 to 20 turns based on this output. probably close, yeah, 10 to 20 turns, depending on if we can get this number up. And we do plan on increasing that number. Let's see here. So, right. The question is, I could go for the sewer here, because there is a civic here for building the sewer for democracy, and democracy is the best late game government for going for a scientific victory, in my opinion. Communism can work, fascism is less good. Let's see. It might be good to research astronomy, because there is a boost here for that. Research radio. Getting flight might not be terrible. I think we're going to go for sanitation here, because it's on the way to chemistry, and it'll give us access to the sewer building, which is pretty important. We built the archaeological museum in here. I don't think we can actually build the archaeologist itself yet, but that's fine. I could build the factory in here. This would give production to a number of my cities. In fact, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wouldn't give it to this, but it would give it to all 4 of these. So I think we're going to build a factory in here for the extra production, +3 to all of those. Whoa. Okay. I have this selection bug where I've somehow selected down here again. We are going to place a farm. And that'll be that. Right. Let's send this over here to improve this city. Very good. Very good. Choose our production. We completed the university over here. We could additionally build a factory in here. We wouldn't get the benefit of the +3 production. However, we would get +1 great engineer points per turn. And a great engineer point per turn is worth about 16 gold. You can see here, I'm going to do the math off screen. In fact, I might actually be able to show you the math here. Let me explain the rationale here. So can you see that? Let me add a new window capture. Bear with me here while I try to figure out how to make this work. I'm going to show you my calculator. Let's see. Window capture. It is not showing my calculator. It is just showing a blank box. Okay, so that didn't work. Now it's being weird. Okay. I guess I can't show you my calculator. My OBS is being weird. I probably need to update OBS. Right, so I'll do the math anyway. So if we have 184... Sorry, if we have 240, okay? Minus 184... sorry, 240 minus 184, okay? Sorry. Oh my god, I can't do maths. 240 minus 184, right? That leaves us with 56. Then we divide 1040 divided by 56 means that the expected value of getting an engineer point per turn is about 19 gold, assuming we were going to purchase a great engineer. So that's why great people points are extremely valuable. And so we don't really have anything else we could do in this city. We could build traders. That would be really, really good. And I think the traders actually represent a higher long-term return on investment here. But it is not a bad thing to have your factories stacked. because the great person point alone is actually incredibly valuable. And we're going to steal gold again. Gold is just, I feel like gold stealing missions are just the best one that you can do. Now, I actually am going to switch a policy here. Merchant Confederation is good, but now we have Wisselbanken, and I really want to get rid of Craftsmen. But it's giving me a lot of production, because I'd really like to put in the extra production towards spies, and spy operations take less time. But I don't think I can afford to do that, so we're going to just put in Wisselbanken. And what this is going to make it possible for us to do is to trade with our allies for extremely high value. So, for example, if I were to trade with Texcoco, I would get 2 food, 2 production. But if I were to trade with Alamac, I would get 2 food, 2 production, and 7 gold, and 2 science. So, we're going to prioritize trading externally for the purpose of just better yields in terms of gold and science, which are 2 very important resources when you're going for a scientific victory. More on that later. Also, it's probably about time that we appointed Reina and started upgrading her, because she has a key thing here, this one, the contractor that allows you to purchase districts. That means if you have 7,200 gold, you can straight up buy your spaceport without having to screw around. And we'll just keep promoting her. Okay, so we have the contractor promotion, and I'm going to assign her somewhere that I have a harbor and a commercial hub beside each other, and probably Texipan is the best place. This isn't going to be where she lives, this is just where she's going to be for now. We're going to come over here, chop, and then improve, and then improve. We completed the bank over here. The factory, again, would be worth it to build here because it would provide production to at least 3 cities. So that's a +9 net improvement to my empire. But I do really want the Forbidden City, so we're going to make an attempt to get it. And we are going to chop here to finish the Angkor Wat. That should boost the population to 15 here, which will give us the boost to urbanization. It'll also give us some Eras score. And now that we have 15 population, we basically just generated science there, or culture there, right? And we want to get to urbanization because we want to build at least 2 neighborhoods. Oh no, we already have that. And isn't there another one to build have a neighborhood district with breathtaking appeal. We want to get that one for conservation. The Angkor Wat has been completed. Let's go ahead. The Gurdwara wouldn't be bad. I'd like to get the extra trade routes. Culture, it wouldn't be bad to boost my culture a little bit, so I'm going to grab the amphitheater. Oh god. Nice, we got the kill. Okay, that worked out. I was thinking there for a second, am I going to actually win this fight? And as it turns out, I did. So we're going to switch to the industrial zone, insert production. That'll finish the industrial zone, and we'll get to work on the art museum. We'll go to the next turn. And now we have 140 of 140, which means we are guaranteed a golden age. There's a progress towards colonialism advancing because he researched astronomy. We're getting scientific theory as well. This is going to give us extra food from our plantations that we have. And we have a decent amount of plantations around. That's a nice little boost of food. Gain 2 envoys and 200 gold. Not my favorite guy, but it's not awful. And so we'll quite happily take him. Just turn him into gold and envoys. Speaking of envoys, it might be time to have a look at this. Now that we're starting to get the factory building, it might be worth it to improve our relationships with these guys. But I think it would be worth it to go up to at least level 2 here with Stockholm to get the +2 science in every library. And if we go in here and refresh, this doesn't update until you go in and like click on a tile in your city. So you see here 185, bump bump. Now we're up to 198. Trader has been completed. Let's send this to the capital. And we will build another trader. Let's see. Unfortunately, this city does not have any more chops. Well, I guess I could chop this lumber mill to finish the Forbidden City a little bit quicker. Don't think we'll bother doing that. Okay, you're going to come back and get repaired. You are going to take a promotion. And con artist, that's the one that we want because that's the one that helps them siphon funds faster. So just pop over here to explore. Looks like there's a tribal village up there, amazingly. Sandiok's happy that I have fulfilled her agenda. And we finished a builder in here. We will insert that production into a campus. In the meantime, we're going to build another builder. So I think we're currently trading with all of the cities that we can reach. Let's trade with Korea now. We'll get a lot of gold out of that. We're going to harvest. There's a +4 commercial hub over here, and we will place it. We'll overflow into a builder instead. Because the builders are just a more efficient way to build districts for the Aztecs. We are going to continue to steal money. You're going to come down this way. Keep revealing the map. An embassy is a welcome addition to my capital. Yes. Now, I need to be building more privateers. That's something I need to be mindful of. We finished the amphitheater. Do I want to get another archaeological museum or an art museum? We're pretty close to getting sculptures. That means, by the way, that means theater squares are even higher value because they generate multiple great people points per turn. So they're really, really valuable to build those. I think we'll just grab the market for the extra trade route. We finished a trader over here. And I think this city is going to trade with Samaria as well now, because I've already maxed out all my trade routes in this city. Let's see. You can't actually build that. I could go for the Potala Palace. Now, I know somebody was building it over here, but I know that I could probably build it faster than them if I had chops. Unfortunately, I don't have chops, so that's unlikely to happen. Instead, we're just going to build the factory for the Grey People points. And I think I'm going to call that the end of this episode. You can see we're making steady progress towards the end. We're building a privateer for the purpose of getting the boost to electricity, which will give us access to the seaport and power plant. Both of these can be useful depending on the city layout. But you can see we're making good progress. I think we're in pretty good shape. We have turned what was a pretty weak start of tundra and desert, sandwiched between a little bit of fertile land and a city-state, into fairly strong land using the St. Basil's Cathedral, the Petra, and the pyramids. I'd say those are the three wonders that my entire empire is built around. Now, of course, I could have kept expanding. There are places for more cities over here. I could have settled over here. I could have settled down here. But these cities, I don't think they would have been really worth it. Now, there is probably a really decent city down here because of all the chopping that could be done to build this city up. But it's also heavily snow. And I just didn't want to take the time to invest into these cities. I probably would have made a net gain from them, but I just don't think it would have been worth my... Well, it would have been worth it, but I don't think it was necessary. We're also going to purchase the Gurdwara in here to give us the extra food in the city. Yeah, but I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope it's been very useful to see why I do certain things and how you can optimize your play. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Remember to leave me a comment if you have any questions, and remember to leave me your feedback, all that sort of jazz. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time.